Alrighty, fellas, yo, what's up? Welcome to my Stoutland raid fight. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it. It is a level 3 fight. We are over here on Island 6 in Kanto, up like north of the surf, up a little bit, but it's on Island 6 near the water path. And then, so someone is going to pop Tailwind here. We have Gary leading with Tailwind at the start of this fight. Nice shiny Mienshao. This fight is pretty much all fighting types. You pretty much just spam fighting type attacks. I still need close combat on my Metacham. Don't worry. We're just high risk, high reward. We simply hit the attack true and real. We want to set up Tailwind here at the very beginning. Stoutland has Sand Rush and sets up Sand, which is pretty, pretty scary. You get a big speed boost and can be problematic. We see a fellow high jump Giga Chad who hits their high jump kick, so clearly I'll hit mine. True. Never miss that move, always. We get some nice big damage off. We're already put him to 82%, so this fight seems pretty easy, like every other fight so far within this event, if you have the right Pokemon and prepare ahead of time. It's mostly just fighting type Pokemon. The best fighting type DPS in the game for raids are things like Metacham, things like Mienshao. Hitmonlee is very good. Gallade is pretty good. With Sacred Sword, you have to have Sacred Sword and Sharpness for the Gallade. That is important. Primeape is solid. It's not one of the best DPS, but it's solid because you can have Vital Spirit on it. Unlike mine that has Anger Point, you want Vital Spirit on it, and that's going to help it not get put to sleep against certain raids where that can really matter. And you really want things like, I had Fighting Gem. You want to do like different damage boosts. I had Fighting Gem. This one has Scarf to increase speed. This one has Black Belt. This one has Mental Herb for second Tailwind later on if we need that. This one's just Choice Band. So just different damage increasing items. We are thankfully hitting our high jump kicks, honestly, which I'm pretty happy to see. Now, you might have noticed that I have a Machamp in my party. And Machamp is, Patrouski, why do you have Machamp? This thing is slow as heck. Usually, slow Pokemon aren't that good in raids. The reason I have Machamp is because we do have a Trick Room setter. I love that I can go to the link over here and click this now. We do have a Trick Room setter in the back. So, once we get like 50%, or I think like maybe even like 30%, like later into the fight, eventually we are going to set up Trick Room because Stoutland is going to get so fast that it's going to be a pain in the butt. So we are going to use Trick Room to kind of abuse that. And Machamp is really, really good inside of Trick Room. I don't know if you have the Trick Room. I think you might just be able to like Tailwind and like keep going with that. But we could game. No Guard Machamp would be sick. No Guard Machamp with Dynamic Punch would honestly probably be pretty sick. This is a PvP Machamp that I've built from 2021. So it's just I used to always play Trick Room. It's just a Trick Room Machamp, but with Flame Orb Guts. We don't have Trick Room. So you put a save Machamp until Trick Room. We probably do still have Tailwind. 3 turns remaining. So with our Tailwind, we probably want to bring in something like Gallade. Our Gallade is Scarfed, but it does so much damage. The biggest problem we have is the lack of speed at times. Scarf kind of makes up for that. We'll probably do enough damage. Go ahead and go for Sacred Sword into Stoutland. We're just doing damage. Pretty easy. 6.2% damage there from my Sacred Sword. How does the Darmanitan out DPS me? Yo, I should have brought a Darmanitan, honestly. Dude, Darmanitan's insane. I say this all the time. Darmanitan is ridiculous. Honestly, like, it doesn't need to use stab moves. Like, this thing just does so much damage. It's insane. It's so crazy. Yeah, just Darm being Darm. Yeah, Darm moment. Darmanitan's so powerful. Its base 145 attack is so perfect for raids. Alongside Tailwind to fix its speed up just or 140 attack, excuse me. Its speed being fixed up just a little bit. It just does so much damage. Just with like sheer force and stuff. Very, very powerful but one. How is this thing? We're like 4 minutes in. How is this thing 40%? We're doing 10% damage per minute in this raid? That is not normal. Honestly, a much easier raid so far than I've even expected. He is going to... So as the fight goes on, I believe the Stoutland does lower its own attack with superpower. Yeah, 4 minutes and 60% done. That's so... Oh, yeah, it's more than... I can't do math. So easy. This event's been very chill. Yes, if you have raid Pokemon prepared. Now, if you're a newer player, like raids are... I don't want to like oversell like, oh, raids are so easy. Raids are easy for me because I've done raids, 3 or 4 times. Like compared to other raids in previous events, raids are pretty easy. If you're a new player, if I say raids are easy, I apologize. I don't mean to be, they're easy for players who have done raids before. If it's your first time doing raids, they're probably pretty tough and pretty challenging. And you have to just learn and practice, which makes a lot of sense. especially if you have to like get the Pokemon. That's the hardest part about the Lunar event raids, especially, is just having all the Pokemon. You need quite a few different Pokemon made to be able to do all these raids, which is a pretty big requirement, you know? Definitely something to consider. The hardest part is having that preparation. But if it's, you know, PokeMMO is an MMO, if you do that preparation, you'll get the benefits later on, which is a big thing. So either preparing raid Pokemon now during the event to get raids done, or I strongly encourage people to always prepare raids outside of event season, like during kind of the lulls of like June, July, like during that summertime. Summertime's the best, one of the best times to make raid Pokemon. Are we gonna go into Cofagrigus here? This might be a good time to Trick Room it with Breloom, Scizor. Let me go check. Yeah, Trick Room here. If you haven't clicked yet, Scizor's pretty slow. Oh, is this? I'm dumb. Is this Abenbag? This is your Scizor. That's why you can't. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll probably just go Mienshao then. Do we still have Tailwind up? I don't think so. Yeah, so we are out of Tailwind. So my Mienshao might get outsped here. Nice take. It's so funny in raids. It just covers like the whole screen. Yeah, that's also, yeah, you don't even really need that slow of Pokemon because of Sand Rush. It will outspeed everything naturally. Yeah, that is super true. You don't really need to specifically bring slow fighting types like Machamp. I just had one sitting around, so I mean, give me an excuse to use Machamp in a raid and I'm so down. Yeah, the Stoutland, so as the longer the raid goes on, your higher chances of beating it are, which is nice. Yeah, it seems like you don't really need Trick Room. Yeah. That's super true. I think it's nice, but you don't need to plan around Trick Room. I think if you have double Tailwind set up, like Prankster, the second Prankster Tailwind is probably enough to just beat this. I think this is still Abenbag's Scissors. I think we still can't set up Trick Room, so we do go to a different Pokemon now. The sand is gone. I wonder if it'll reset. Or how that works, honestly. Brother ignored my Scizor. Yeah, it's okay. Just bring whatever fighting types you can, I think, right now. Watch us lose now after all this talk about how easy and chill it is. That'd be really funny. It would be an unlucky roll if that happened, but I think we're fine. I wonder if the sand is reset. He's taunting us as well, which is why that's actually a good call. He does taunt you later in the fight by just, so you do need a mental herb on your Trick Roomer or your second Tailwinder later in the fight. Not your first one, but your second one for sure. We might just outspeed now because yeah, Sand's just gone now. So now we just, yo, Primeape did 7.5. I guess his defense is lowered. That's honestly kind of surprising. I don't think a Primeape is doing that much damage. He's like 105 base attack. It's not quite. I probably should have brought Darm over Primeape, but you know what? Monkey business, man. This should be the last turn, I'd bet. We can get one more attack off in time. The Scizor goes down, so we can Trick Room after this in a sec. This is probably the easiest. I personally still think Zebstrika was easier, but this is definitely much easier than I anticipated. There we go. GG's. GG's. Stoutland has been subdued. Hopefully a decent catch here. Did you just say monkey businessman like monkey business? Maybe. He's a businessman. He's a monkey. I think, you know, it speaks for itself. Here's the Stoutland catch. You could just Pokeball these after. Honestly, I'll take that. 31 HP, end defense. Good placements of male-natured Pokemon. It'd be a good sale. Nice. That is the Stoutland raid taken care of. 5 out of 12 raids completed. There will probably be a 6th raid released later tonight on February 2nd. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it's a cool piece of history in PokeMMO to see these raids once again. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see daily PokeMMO videos. Follow the Twitch for streams, and I'll see you guys with more raids in the future and eventually the Shaman catch.